Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-November 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on. For my lovely Scorpio people, it is still Scorpio season at the time of this filming, so hopefully you're having a great one. Let's shuffle it up here, my guides. Talk to me. What's going on? And yes, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always very nice. Let's get this first card out here, and while I do, I would just like to offer you all a very happy birthday once again from me to you. If your birthday's recently passed or just coming up, happy birthday, my friends. Okay, what do we got? Wow, we have Lady Luck showing up here in the first position. That's what I like to see in your birthday season, especially with what I've been picking up for you in recent weeks. That's a beautiful way to start, regardless of what shows up within the reading itself. Now, before we start peeling back the layers on that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But into the reading we go. Enough of the promo. Have a little look at this card. So you see Lady Luck herself. She is in front of that. She has that slot machine right in front of her. There's poker chips. There's different shamrocks and four-leaf clovers. Symbols of good luck. So when I see her, I always say, like, hey, you might want to play a couple lotto tickets. Luck could be shifting in your way. When I see this card, it also is very similar to the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I did see the Hands of Karma a couple of weeks ago in your reading, so she can also be a karmic energy, speaking of karmic cycles, beginnings, endings, stuff like that. But this is always probably the optimal way to start off any reading with Lady Luck showing up. So hopefully something really good goes for you, my friends. We're going to put her down right there, and we're going to get into tarot. I always say that card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. But, I mean, that's a good way to start. Let's get you a 3 in the upright before we get the intuitive, juicy stuff. Shuffle it up for Scorpio, please. My guides, talk to me. What do we got from my Scorpio friends? So, like I was saying, last week's reading and even the week before that, we had warning in the title. Now, although I like to keep these titles very simple, I mean, when I title something a serious warning, red flags should be popping off in your head because I don't use that lightly. There was people possibly doing things in the shadows. There was a whole bunch of nonsense showing up. So hopefully things haven't been too rough for you, Scorpio, especially in your season. But we're going to see what we have this week. You know, energy is always moving. It's never set in stone. So we're going to keep it optimistic, right? Let's see what we got. Because we could be looking at your energy or someone in your circle of influence. Lots of Scorpios out there, and it's all very personal, my friends. Okay, so we have a lot of action here right in the front end. We have the Judgment card. Okay, this could be someone literally passing judgment on something or someone, but to me this is transformative, which is another thing I've been seeing quite a lot for Scorpio. We have the High Priestess, so two extremely powerful major arcana, but in different ways. This is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, this is definitely a singular type of energy, and we have the 7 of Wands on the back end. That's something we might have to look out for, but that could also be determination. It doesn't have to be conflict or people beating the crap out of each other with wands. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff. So position number 1, we have the Judgment card. Like I already said, this could be somebody making a literal judgment. So a judgment call, analyzing a situation. When I see Judgment, though, I think of very explosive, volatile type of action. This has changed. This could also be a karmic card as well. When we see Judgment, do I let this continue? Do I stop it cold? And it is that transformation and change. So I really want to see what this is about. I always say this card is Plutonian in nature. Okay, so it's change-based. That is an energy the Scorpio collective is very comfortable with. So I don't see this necessarily being a bad card for you. We just want to get a clarifier here to see what's up. Now, moving to the center, because we're starting with a bang with Judgment, we have the High Priestess, okay? Now, when I see her, she is a card that could represent water sign type of energy. Generally, people say it's like Pisces or Cancer. I like to throw Scorpio in the mix here because this is the card of intuition. This is a card that she's the matron of tarot readers, psychics, intuitives, all that stuff that we all enjoy if you're watching tarot. So when I see her, yeah, it could represent you or another water sign for sure. She's an aspect of the divine feminine here. She can represent sacred knowledge, hidden things as well. But generally I see her, I say, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. Your intuition could be tugging you in a very specific way with a card like this. Or there could be something that's just out of sight. So we want to see what's up with her for sure. She's also a balanced card. I could talk about the High Priestess for days. She's one of my favorites in the whole deck. But moving to the back end, we have the Seven of Wands. Another card I could talk about for days, honestly. It shows up in a lot of my personal readings. But when we see this card, there's a huge duality with it of positive and negative. With the Seven of Wands, it could represent somebody with a lot of determination. What they set their mind to, they can and will achieve, regardless of the roadblocks, the trials, the tribulations. You see this person, it's them against the world type of energy. Now, on the negative side, this could just represent a lot of conflict, test after test, fight after fight, one after another. So there could be a warning attached to here as well. But generally, I like to see this as someone with a lot of determination. It could also represent somebody that might feel a little bit trapped or cornered. So we want to see what's up with that energy. Let's dive deeper on all of it, Scorpio. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, so let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio, please. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for the Scorpio collective? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. We're going to see what's up with Judgment. And also, if you read tarot yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Scorpio, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Judgment time. Let's go. Enough yapping. Where's Judgment here? Thank you. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords. There might be something you were wanting to put to a close. You might be wanting to end something. Now, normally when the Ten of Swords shows up, I think warning, 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 but there could be something you were ready or wanting to move on from or to end dead in its tracks, okay? Like I was saying, there's a lot of transformation. This also is a karmic card. We're kind of picking up karma with her as well. So it does speak to a possible ending coming in, or you just wanting to shut something down or end it. Like for a lot of Scorpios, you might be in that mode, whether it's a behavior within yourself, whether it's a habit, whether it's a link with another individual. There could be something that you're just over it. That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up here. Like, yeah, I'm over it, done with that. So do with that what you will. I'm not trying to be harsh or anything, but that's just the vibe I'm picking up with Judgment and the Ten of Swords. Like a final judgment might be made. A final judgment call could be made. And it's not looking good for whatever it is you're judging against. We're going to see how the rest of this plays out. But yeah, big energy of ending right here in the beginning. So we're beginning with an ending. So let's see how the rest of this goes. Interesting, my friends. Let's see what's up with the High Priestess here. Where's the High Priestess in the mix? Thank you. Yeah, Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so if things start spinning out of control, I do feel like this is Spirit asking you to calm down and think something through first. And it doesn't have to be connected with what we're seeing right here in the beginning. And with all the things we're seeing of determination and things ending, things beginning, the Ace of Wands in reverse is just a clear signal from Spirit saying cooler heads will prevail. Okay, so there is absolutely a possibility for things to get volatile and explosive, especially when we have Judgment, the Ace of Swords the Ace of Wands around the Ten of Swords, this volatile mixture. So just know, things could be explosive and volatile for sure, but cooler heads will prevail. Spirit is asking you to use your inner voice, right? Use that intuition that you are gifted with. Everyone knows Scorpio has one of the most potent intuitions there are in the whole entire zodiac. So use that to your advantage. Calm something down, cooler heads will prevail. That's just the main thing I feel here. I feel like this is more of an advice. Don't go with your passions. Go with the inner self, okay? The inner knowing, the inner knowledge, okay? Subduing the passions. We're going to see what's up with the Seven of Wands over there too, because even that, although could be about determination and it could be positivity, let's just see. So we're going to go in on that Seven of Wands, then we'll do a quick little recap here. So, and I want to say this as well. We've had a lot of this karmic cycle energy. Aces in tarot represent beginnings of a cycle. So we have endings, we have beginnings. So why is this Seven of Wands here? There's a Seven of Wands here for Scorpio. Thank you. Yeah, Four of Swords in reverse. You'll know when the time is right for something. That's another vibe I'm picking up here. That's the first thing intuitively told to me. So we have the Four of Swords in reverse underneath the Seven of Wands. You'll know when the time is right, okay? Like whether it's time to make a move, whether it's time to make an action. Spirit might be wanting you to calm down or calm something down first. Like relax, take your time, cooler heads will prevail is still sticking around. But the Four of Swords in reverse is action-oriented. And the Seven of Wands is also action-oriented. So this could be some sort of big action popping off, coming in. And it's that fire-air combination once again. So we have this explosive energy still lingering. And that doesn't always have to be bad. I know the word explosive sounds rough. It sounds bad. But you'll know when the time is right to make your move. That's what I feel like this is mainly telling us intuitively. Okay? Whether that makes sense right now or not. Maybe this is a message that'll make sense to you in a couple of days, but you'll know when the time is right to do what you got to do. Okay? Your inner voice will tell you. Hey, there's no rush. Like, that's another thing I feel like I need to tell a lot of Scorpios. There's no rush. You know, take your time. Slow and steady, methodical. Okay? So do with that what you will, my friends. Let's go through and do a quick little recap here. Because aside from the two major arcana, it's all fire and air. It's explosive. So overall, this message is explosive in nature. But in position number one, we have Judgment with the Ten of Swords. The first thing it was making me feel is like there is something you were just ready to move on from or something you were ready to stop in its tracks. Whether it's a behavior, whether it's a connection with a person, whether it's a habit, you know the deal. Like there is something that you might be ready for it to end or stop. Okay? And it doesn't... It still feels volatile. I'm going to keep it real with you. But moving over, we have the High Priestess and the Ace of Wands in reverse. This is Spirit asking you to let cooler heads prevail. Go with your inner voice. What your inner voice tells you is right, what needs to be done. Don't be ruled by your passions, especially if things are volatile and explosive and your temper's flaring. Take a step back and win when your head is cooler. On the back end, we have the Seven of Wands with the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, like I was saying, you'll know when the time is right to make a move. You'll know when the time is right to make an action, to do what you got to do. And yeah, this is something happening on the back end. This is some sort of big action. But with all this fire air here, there's a lot of volatility. So just know the coming days and weeks might be a little bit rocky. It's all good. Use that volatility as fuel. That's what I would say. We're going to get you one shadow card here. Shuffle it up one time for Scorpio. Let's see what's going on, my guides. Talk to me about Scorpio. Lots of karmic energy still showing up. What's going on with Scorpio, please? And yeah, we're using the Shadowland Tarot deck as usual for this portion. So let's see what's in the shadows for you, whether it's something old, something new. Take it how it hits. And of course, it is a wand card, the Six of Wands. So more of the fiery energy is still persisting throughout this reading, even in the shadows. So the Six of Wands, it is a card of victory normally. Okay, like winning something, public notoriety, kudos, and things of that sort. But a big vibe I always get with the shadow side is not to count your chickens before they hatch. Don't call something a win until the win is secured. Another thing here is you need to watch out for certain egotistical individuals when this card shows up. Because the shadow side of the Six of Wands is someone that thinks that they walk on water. So in this time, I would avoid egotistical people, like people that think like they're God's gift to everyone on earth. That's a vibe we're picking up here. But don't count your chickens before they hatch. But also, it's okay to have a healthy confidence in yourself. Be confident in yourself, but don't be arrogant. Okay, so that's what I have for you this week, Scorpio. I hope that applies. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the November subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the October subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced the day after Halloween, November 1st. But for November, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Vice Versa Tarot once again. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, what are you most grateful for? 'Tis the season, am I right, my friends? That's all you need to do to enter. And at the end of November, I'll announce the winners of my community tab. My friends, as always, much love. And I'll see you next time.